This is a recap for Monday, December 7th. Today we spent quite a bit of time on Math 7 resources. Remember, it's the class that everyone is a member of. So here is the Math 7 resources main Google Classroom, and under classwork I have a new section called Order of Operations. And so for today's recap, I'm just going to do one of the sets of matching. So we're going to play this game, and there's probably 4 or 5 different versions of this. We'll do this one right here, and I'll just pull up this tool. And just before we start, over to the side, I'm going to put what we learned in our notes, and that is parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, and addition, subtraction, which some people will read PEMDAS, but it's important that we remember that multiplication and division is left to right, addition and subtraction is left to right. So let's see if we can match up some of the simpler ones without even writing them out. For example, if we do 4 plus 3 on the second one down, we get 7, and then 7 times 2 is 14. So if we click here and click on the 14, that should be correct. And looking at one that's similar to that, we have to do all the way down here we have to do the 3 times 2 first, which is 6, then add that to the 4, which is 10. Okay, now the rest of these, we had better write them down. Even some of these simpler ones. Let's go ahead and just go from the top, and we'll just write them down. There we go. Negative 3 plus 4 times 2. We do the 4 times 2 first. Negative 3 plus 8. And combining negative 3 and 8, we get a 5. So I think I'm going to do a set of these, and then we'll match them up. So that was, I'll just remind myself what that was. And we'll do negative 2 times 3 squared plus 20. And so we do there's no parentheses, but there are exponents, so we're going to write negative 2 times 8 plus 20. Then do negative 2 times 8, which is negative 16, plus 20, and that's 4. Let's see if we can do maybe 2 more here. 9 minus 3 times 5. So I do that 3 times 5 first, so that's 9 minus 15, and 9 minus 15 is 6. And we'll do negative 5, bracket x just like a parentheses, 7 plus 2 times, parentheses is really just keeping that negative in there straight. And notice how this is inside these. So we do this right here first. So negative 5, and outside parentheses means multiplication. There's this implied multiplication symbol there, which we don't need to write, but I'm going to put it in there so you know it's multiplication. 7 plus 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. So then we're going to do what's inside these brackets, which are the same as parentheses, negative 5 times 1. And you can even turn brackets into parentheses once the parentheses are gone. It's just so that you don't do this, so it doesn't get really confusing like that. So you put brackets to contrast with the parentheses, because this bracket right here, it's opened right there and closed right there. It's opened right here and closed right there. And negative 5 times 1 is negative 5. So let's go and choose those ones. So this one right here, the answer was 5. Those match up. And this one, the answer was 4. Whoops. Let's see. This is awesome, where we can find our error. And so let's look at this, see if I clicked on the right thing. 3 squared. Okay, so there must be some error right in here, and you get to help me find it live. So I'm going to erase what was already correct, and we're going to try to find it. Okay, so one thing I like to do is just completely do it from scratch. And it could be that I clicked on the wrong thing when I tried to click on the 4. Maybe I clicked on the -6, but let's find out. So -2 times 3 squared plus 20. I know exactly what happened. I did what's called transpose 3 squared into 2 to the 3rd power in my head as I did it, and I got this. That's how I got that 8. And many people will transpose things. They just turn them upside down or backwards. It's very simple to do. So -2 times 8, I did it. I just did it again. I just am convinced that's an 8. It is not. It is 9 plus 20. So -2 times 9 is -18. Combined with 20, we should get a 2. So if I go back here and I choose that, and I should find a 2 somewhere, and there it is right there, and it works. So that's the power of feedback. It sends you looking for mistakes, which is what you want to do when you're learning math. You don't want to hide mistakes. You want to find them and find out what happened. So not only did I find out that this was an error, I kind of thought about, why did I do it? Well, I did it because it's easy to think of 2 to the 3rd power and 3 squared, kind of get them mixed up. And that's what I did. And let's see. In all that, I erased one of my answers. 9 times, this was 6, I remember. So let's go to, it should be -6, actually. And I think that was another error. If you're watching this is your lucky day to see these errors and see how to respond to and how to fix errors. Because we are going to make mistakes. We are going to make typos. We're going to switch things up. And that's what's so important about using tools like this, in that they help you figure out if you've made a mistake. It gives you a signal that you should go back and find that error. Okay, let's do -5 bracket 7 plus 2 times -3. And we just did this one. Sorry about that. And so that ended up being -5. Let's erase that. And let's get back to this tool. Choose that. And choose a -5. And let's do 2 more problems. And before we erase and put them in. So let's do 36 minus 1 plus 4 squared. I'm going to do this first. So 36 minus 5 squared. 36 minus 25. 5 squared is 25. So this should be 11. And then let's do 2 to the 3rd power plus 16 divided by 4 plus 4. 2 to the 3rd power is 8 plus 16 divided by 4 plus 4. Next I'm going to do 8 plus 4 plus 4. That's 16 became 4. 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. All right, so let's go back to this tool. And this should be an 11. Let's check that. And this one should be 16, which is right there. All right. Let's get some more room to work, and we'll do the final two problems. Five times 10 divided by 5 plus 2 times 5. There are no parentheses, there are no exponents, so I'm going to do 5 times 10, which is 50, divided by 5. Notice how I just write everything back out. I just copy it down and then keep going left to right. 50 divided by 5 is 10, plus 2 times 5. Don't try to combine steps yet. In the future, you can combine steps sometimes with this and save yourself some steps, but right now let's just make it look like a nice funnel from outside down to an answer. So 2 times 5 is 10. It's too easy to make errors. You saw the errors that I made, and it's hard to trace them if we take too many shortcuts. And 10 plus 10 is 20. And the last one is 6 squared minus 2 squared times 5, or that's plus 5. Plus 5. So there's no parentheses. I'm going to do the exponents. I'm just going to do one at a time. This is 36 minus 2 squared. You could have done that 2 squared also, but I'm going to do one step at a time. 36 minus 4 plus 5. 36 minus 4 is 32, plus 5 is 37. So let's go here, and on this one we're going to choose 20, and on this one we're going to choose 37. All right, so notice how there's a couple extra answers here. There's more answers than there are problems. Also, let me get rid of this now. If you hit a new game, there's a new set of problems. And so if the problems that come up are a little too simple for you, hit new game, and look at that. There's some that are quite complicated. And if they're too complicated, hit new game, and you could maybe get some simpler ones. So there's a whole set of problems. And so you can just choose the ones you want and work on it. This tool is an excellent tool to give you feedback. And tomorrow we'll start our CAMI, and we'll look at some of our other assignments for the week. And that is a recap for Monday, December 7th.